Hey guys, so it's later Davis. Davis from a later point. To be exact, about a week in the future, about from when this was recorded. I want to apologize just before the thing starts that we didn't upload, but that's not really why. A lot of the things, not a lot, but some of the things we talk about are a week or 2 weeks. Yeah, disregard that. We didn't post last week because I had issues getting some of the things working. Uploading from the video from my phone to the all that went into it. So I figured out a new system so it won't get delayed again, but that's why this is happening. And that's why when it references weeks, just know they're off by a week. You guys, we recorded this last week. Yeah. So hope you enjoy the rest of the podcast and see you guys later. Hey guys, it's Davis.
And it's Zach. And this is kind of extra whack now.
It is. Hey, we're together. Look, there's no border. Really? You're not? Okay.
No.
He didn't want to reciprocate the love.
No.
We're here in this room together in real life.
His very creepy basement.
Yeah.
Please send help.
I hope you like the background. It's just my work studio, my workplace, I guess. I don't know what do you call it?
It's
Workstation.
It's a desk with.
It's
a
kind of a
computer on it.
mess, but I hope you like the new thumbnail because I didn't change it from the past, and now we're changing it.
Whoa.
If you're on the YouTube side, and if you're on the listening side, you don't really know that we're at a different location other than I guess sound quality.
Oh yeah, because my mic will be like a million times better.
Yeah, it won't be,
Yeah.
and it won't be coming through the
Discord.
internet,
Yeah.
which always kind of
yeah.
makes it. But yeah, I think, I don't know, it's very interesting to see somebody and be unmasked together because we're both fully vaccinated, and it's just it's cool to see you, man.
Yeah.
We haven't been in a situation. I don't know if you've been in a situation like this in a long time. Anyway.
Yeah, no, not really. It's weird because the mask, for me at least, I like wearing my mask, not gonna lie. I actually like it.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, you know me. I never go without long anything. It's
Without
just
covering
comfortable.
yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
We were talking about this on the YouTube side. I have my legs out because I wear shorts. And he was talking about how he never wears shorts. And I was like, why? That sucks during the summer though.
They're comfortable.
Yeah, but during the summer when it's really hot, 100 degrees
And?
Fahrenheit,
And
I'd be so uncomfortable.
I've gathered many a heat resistance and also many an uncomfortable day outside to the point where it's just that's normal.
See, but I'm I mean, that's fair. I'm more of a person who can handle heat than cold as well.
Oh, I can deal with the cold.
Well, I just for me, I like to sleep in 70 degrees or hotter. And other people are like, no, dude, you got to have that 63 degrees.
Oh, that's kind of extreme.
Colder temperatures. I was exaggerating.
I gathered that.
People are yeah, colder temperatures are where it's at.
I mean, I prefer it when it's warm, 70-ish, but I can deal with the cold. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's fair. I just like hotter temperatures more, which my dad will probably bash me for.
Ooh.
He doesn't, I mean, because he grew up in the mountains, and so he had to sleep, and he'd wake up, and sometimes there'd be frost on his toes. Because he lived in a place without actual heating.
Oh, that's
other
interesting.
than the fire.
Shall I talk about the Canada incident?
Oh, what Canada incident?
The first time that my dad took my mom to like visit family back in my dad's hometown up in Calgary. It was -40. Nothing was open. The streets
Wow.
were closed, and he took my mom on an outdoor tour of the city.
Why?
Because
Why not
I
in
don't
like
know.
a car? I mean, now we have a gas
Well,
shortage.
it was
but
like the Calgary University campus or whatever that he wanted to show her, I think.
yeah.
Like darting from building to building because you don't leave anything exposed. Yeah.
Interesting.
And that must have been one hell
Why
of a
did you
first
do?
trip.
Why did they do it that day specifically?
I mean, honestly, it's probably more than one day like that, you know.
Yeah.
That was just
But-
the day of, I don't know.
Yeah. It's just hard. That's just wow.
It's
I would
rough.
not. Oh man, I'm not a huge like. That's crazy. Standing outside for a long time
When it-
in -40.
well, no, 30s think they could. They literally
Is
went
it
from building to building.
Celsius?
I
It's
think when
got to be -40 Celsius, right?
Well, no, when you hit negative 30 something Celsius, I think it just becomes the same as Fahrenheit.
Is it?
When you get low enough, it just becomes the same.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's weird.
Dude,
It doesn't make
Celsius
sense.
Fahrenheit is such a weird comparison. It's like 5/16 or something like weird.
I don't.
Yeah, like the calculation is like you do
Oh.
something and then you divide it by something else and then you.
Oh, okay. I don't. I mean, I don't know.
I don't remember. That was back in my chemistry days, like in school. Were you not good at chemistry?
Oh, I hated chemistry.
Really? I actually enjoyed chemistry,
Oh,
which
no.
my mom gives me a ton of stuff like crap for because she's always like, maybe you should be like a chemistry major. And I'm like, no, I enjoyed it as a class. That doesn't mean I want to do it for the rest
You
of
don't
my
want to
life.
like mix isotopes. You don't want to be the guy with like the heavy like suit on with the mask, and he's just like looking through with one eye at a little vial.
No, I cannot say that I do. I don't know. I mean, chemistry's fine. I liked the math part of it. Like I understood it like really well. Where you like canceled things out and
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and
yeah.
like what was it where it was all fractions? I can't remember what it was called, but it was like that's how you would convert things. Is like you would use fractions. I don't know. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, I hated that section.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like it, but I enjoyed that.
Well, I was out for that section, so I never got the explanation.
Oh,
I had to like
you could
get
have
a.
asked me, although we weren't that close. But you
Yeah.
could have asked me.
Well, I think you took it a semester earlier than I did. I don't think we were taking.
I
it
took
at the same
second
time.
semester.
I think I took it first.
Oh, that's why. Because I didn't know.
Yeah.
If you had asked me, I would have been like, I don't know. We also bonded more in second semester.
Yeah.
Like I barely knew you in first semester. We had
Yeah.
we had engineering together,
That was it.
and that was it. And that was like
was it.
first semester freshman
First
year.
semester freshman year, and then
So-
we also had history with Owens.
Oh yeah, and I was sitting with Matthew.
Yeah.
And he would always give me crap for it. Like, oh my gosh.
Dude, that was a class. Best class freshman year.
Yeah, I realized that because I'm using my phone there, I don't have a timer going. So we have no idea how long.
I got
it
you,
is.
fam. I got you, bro.
Okay, well, that thing says 8 minutes. So we'll end about 50 and then
Okay.
so or maybe 50 something. I don't know. Well, I'm leaving that in, by the way. I don't care.
Okay. I mean, I was okay. Yeah.
Okay. So what now that we're fully vaccinated, like what do you think we're going to like do? You think that you're more comfortable going to like amusement parks and stuff like that?
Amusement parks, I would say probably not.
That's how I was feeling. Okay, story time. My sister yesterday, when I first saw her, because we switch every week, I saw her for the first time in like a week, whatever, and she was like, I want to go to Carowinds, and I'm gonna get you to take me there. And I was like, okay. And then I explained to her, I was like, yeah, but like you're then touching the
you're
ride,
touching
which is
rides.
what other people are doing. And she's
Yeah.
like, you're the worst kind of person for thinking
But
that.
like, you know, you're touching rides. Like, it's just a very packed in and enclosed area. It's just, and then you're strapped in on the ride, so you're like next to people. You know.
Yeah. That's
It's
what
just
I was
like-
thinking. It's like, I just, she's like, but you're fully vaccinated though. I was like, yeah, but like, there's other diseases that exist in the world. Like,
Well, I wouldn't go that far. The main thing is that even though we're vaccinated, that means we won't get the symptoms, but we can still carry. That's the main thing.
yeah, that's true. But like, I don't know. I always think of like, I wasn't a huge germaphobe until this whole pandemic broke out, and then I realized how much stuff
Oh, yeah.
transfers, like germs and stuff.
Welcome to my life.
It's like you go to an amusement park, I
The
feel like
handlebar? Disgusting.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
amusement parks, I've never thought of it this way, but they're like the worst
a breeding ground for
case.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the worst place you could go if you want to avoid.
And you know
virus.
people are going to throw up. Someone's going to eat too much of something. They're going to go on something too much for them.
And then they're gonna be throwing up, and the people behind them are gonna be like, ah!
I never thought about that.
You're like on a loop-de-loop, and it's coming back at you every time.
That's disgusting.
If you throw up at the
Oh.
bottom, and then
Well,
you
no,
know-
that's why you always try to sit in front. That way you don't catch anything.
Well, I mean, a lot of people sit in the front because it's like faster, but it's not.
no.
You gotta sit in the back if you want it to be faster, because the whiplash of motion.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you're going around the corners, it feels like you're going yo, and
Yo.
yo. They had no idea what I was doing, but whatever. Like the listeners.
Yeah.
But you're like being whipped around corners and stuff because you're the last.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's actually true.
Well, whiplash is a thing, but I don't know how much it applies since you're on rails.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
it
what
usually-
that's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't know how much it actually applies, but that's like the psychology of it, I guess. Or like,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
people think. It's like I gotta sit in the back so that I'm getting like whipped around. But I feel like it's the same.
But you see,
Still gonna think it though.
if you sit in the middle, if it crashes forward or backward, you're probably not going to die.
I mean, not if the whole thing derails.
But we don't think about that.
That's the thing. I don't ever think about roller coasters like that, like the fact that they could derail. That's like going in your car and being like, I could crash today.
Yeah.
Like, who does that? Like,
Yeah.
what's stupid to me is the people who are like, oh, I don't want to go on planes because like I could crash and die. It's like the car that you drive every day has a 10 times more likely ability
yeah.
to die. Like,
Statistically speaking, you're more likely to get injured in a car crash. But I think the fear is not the amount of times that it could happen. It's the fact that you're more likely to actually just perish if a plane goes down than... Because like if a plane crashes, you have a much higher chance
but
of dying.
if you're going 70 on the interstate,
I mean,
and you get hit from the side,
I'm not saying
you're
you're not...
kind of done. Like,
I'm not saying it's like a low chance of dying if you get into a car crash. God, no. But if you're in a plane crash, it's like, well, I had a good run.
I had a good run. Whatever. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I will say that it is like insta death versus like, not necessarily in a car, it's insta death, but a lot of the time, if you're getting rammed, it's just like, all right, you're done. Whereas in a plane, it's like,
Well, it depends on how... I mean, it depends on for both. Because if you're in a car crash and...
your legs get chopped off.
Yeah, you're just sitting there bleeding out. And that's
Yeah.
not a fun way to go.
No, but that's what I'm thinking is like most of the time it's like, wow, this has gotten dark. But yeah, I just feel like on a plane, I'm less worried in a plane than I am in a car.
I mean, if you know how a plane functions, then yes. But I feel like the average person wouldn't understand.
Plus, like, there's two engines for a reason. Like, if one goes down, you can literally glide. Like, that's the whole point.
Well, yeah, but like it's still terrifying.
Sure, but like, unless a whole plane explodes.
Well, if both engines go out,
Sure.
and you're going down,
Sure.
and for some reason the rudders don't work,
Okay.
game over.
Yeah, but it's like a giant bird for a reason. That's what the wings are for.
Well, yeah, but it only works if you can angle upwards. If the tilt goes down,
No.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, you've seen sparrows dive, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's It's like, yeah. But it's not like you're in a tiny plane.
Well, I mean, it depends on the flight.
That's true. But I mean, like, when I think of, like, plane crash, I think of, like...
Airliners, like...
Either
big.
that or, like, the tiny planes, like the jet fighters that are, like, near, and, like, if they get hit once, they're like, near, they're done. Yeah. But, like, when I think of a huge plane, I don't think of it crashing because it's very secure.
You think if it, like, dink? Like, what?
If it got shot on one fin, like, we're not dead. Like...
I mean, I guess.
I don't know, man. I just don't think about that.
When
I get on a plane, I never think about the fact
I'm
that
super
I could
paranoid
die.
about my entire life, so I always think about that.
Well, that's a sad way to live.
It is.
How does that equal in relationships? Like, do you always think like they could break up with me at any moment?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's not.
It's
healthy.
stressful.
That's not healthy.
It's not. I know this.
That is sad, my guy.
Yeah. Yes.
You can't think about that all the time,
dude. Like, I'm always panicking about whatever I'm doing because it's like the cycle.
So right now you're thinking I could get corona from this, or have you even thought of that? No, you didn't.
Not that, but it's like always something else. It's like, oh man,
what? Oh man,
like
give an example.
Because it doesn't have to necessarily even be something that endangers my personal health, but it could be like something where like social pressure, like oh man, I forgot to be like, we miraculously went way over time, and we're gonna miss our D&D session. I'm letting down people.
Sure, yeah,
but it's like that for every single thing I do.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
that's why I don't.
You don't think?
I don't think. I mean, I do have anxiety. Like, I have anxiety, but really my anxiety, what it does, it kind of cuts off. And then once it's like a week or so, or in short time, it's like an hour. It's like, I'll be thinking like in an hour, I won't worry about D&D all day. And then an hour, I'll be like, shoot, I'm gonna be late. Like,
yeah.
Like it's not, that's just not how my brain works. It's the same with like homework, especially with our like the way that it's set up now, like where it's very much you have all week to do it,
the deadline, and
then I'll only think about it the day before. Like, that's just how my brain works. Like, I don't know why. I'm just like, I'm not stressed, I'm stressed. I'm so stressed right now. Oh, I gotta get this done. And I don't know if that's healthy, but it just is kind of.
That's interesting because I'll get something I need to do and then I'll hold on to it until it happens. In terms of like, it'll always be in the back of my mind while I'm doing something I want to do or just something I enjoy doing. Because I'll be like on with you guys, I'll be just hanging out, and then in the back of my mind it's like, but you got that assignment that's due in like 5 days. You could get it done now.
That's true, but
I want to play game.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's hard to. I get what you're saying. Like, it's hard to balance stress, but I mean, we're almost done with school, so.
Oh, thank God.
Oh man, we're gonna have a whole podcast about like graduation stuff once all that happens.
Oh yeah.
We gotta also have a podcast about prom, because I'm not gonna be there, but you're gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there.
You're gonna have to talk about it.
Be there.
Long story short, I was gonna go to prom, and then the day that it was last due, I forgot. I then emailed them the weekend after that. I was like, hey, you got any more tickets that I could just buy on Monday? And they were like, nope, we're out. And I was like,
rip.
Bummer. I could just show up and stand outside.
Dude. Well, no, they actually said in the email that they'd be like watching people and checking names against a list.
Oh man, that's dumb. Oh well.
I'm excited.
The problem with the small school is that everybody
knows everybody. Like, we only have 200, 300 total
of our entire school.
I think so.
No, it's, well, if we have like 80 per.
We have 80 in our class,
so it's like,
and we're the largest class, I believe.
Yeah, so it's about 300, 400.
Yeah, and that's not that many.
No,
for an
I know.
entire
So
school.
like, the principal like knows my name.
She knows all of us by name pretty much. It's like,
you walk into the office and she's like, "Oh, hey, so and so."
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that the other day. It's just like, wow. Yeah. So I'm not gonna go buy. It's funny. It's funny.
Dude, they're gonna have food trucks,
I know.
and you don't have to pay.
I know. It's like, I mean, I'm not too like sad or anything. I'm not like super disappointed, but it would have been fun. Like, I think it would have been funny. And mostly I only went because you were like, "Hey, you should go."
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wasn't gonna go in the first place. Like, I'm not too bummed about
my
it.
whole thing is, even if you don't have a good time or you don't enjoy it, at least you had the opportunity.
That's what my dad said. He was like, "You should go just to have the opportunity, just because you have the opportunity." And I was like, "Yeah."
Because if you don't, and then you do end up having a good time,
Then it's like cool.
yeah.
Like, yeah. You know, I mean, I will be having FOMO, like some FOMO, just because I'm gonna be like, well,
I'm here.
could
now.
be with my friends, but the problem was that there's gonna be like social distancing and like stuff like that. Even though most of our grade is vaccinated, it's like, it's kind of hard to see how it's gonna be super fun when you have to be 6 feet
weird,
apart.
yeah.
You can't you can barely dance. Like,
I don't think is that even going to be a thing. I didn't read the email in much depth.
I didn't either. Like, I don't really.
I
read
kinda
the email,
skimmed,
but
it's
like,
like-
I just saw like the important stuff. So I mean, it's just gonna be weird because once you get like, when you imagine a dance, usually you're like all these people packed together, and then there's
Yeah.
like a few people in the middle
In
that
the
are
middle,
like dancing,
yeah.
and then everybody else is kind of on the outside. That's not gonna happen. Like, you don't have like dancing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird. It's also like, usually like prom king and queen have a dance. Like, is that gonna be a thing?
Is that a
Especially
thing?
if they're not together.
That would be weird, especially
Like,
now.
if we had like a couple,
that was like, yeah, that's
then
like,
that'd
okay.
be fine, because the school knows that we're not doing social distancing when it comes to couples. Like,
That's probably not happening now.
no, like,
No.
it's not. Only a few people like you were doing it.
Because I'm big brain.
Well, because you were like,
It's hella
could
paranoid.
be, yeah, because you could die.
I could die. Yes.
Yeah, so like only people like you were doing that. Like, I know 2 or 3 couples that definitely weren't doing that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just like, let's not be too convinced about what we're not. It's just like,
What?
what?
It's just like, what? Where were we going with that?
I was just saying, let's not just assume that because we
Right.
should be, that's,
Oh, well, I mean, the problem with our grade is that, I mean, our brains are fully
They don't
developed,
we don't
so
care.
we do not.
what does development have to do with anything? And God
Well,
knows we're
that's
not
like the
fully
thing.
developed.
That's like the thing that like people like blame it on. It's like their brains aren't fully developed, so they're kind of crazy for that reason. Like, people most of the time mellow out.
I mean,
most of the
yeah.
time. Unless you peaked in high school, and then oh my gosh, it's so funny. I hope that I'm not one of those people who peaked in high
Oh my
school.
God.
Like, that is something I will say I'm paranoid about, because I mean, I didn't have like a great high school experience. I know people who I'm like, I hope you don't like just
Go
like,
downhill
peak in
from
high
there,
school,
yeah.
and then college sucks, and
Then, yeah, I think
because like, oh man, I feel bad for those people who are like,
because
who-
there's so much left, right?
yeah,
It's just like,
but then they kind of, a lot of the example is like when you're a sports person, and like you
Oh.
play a sport and you're really good for the school, but you're not good enough to be in college.
yeah, there's the cap.
And then they're kind of like, then they kind of lose.
because the one thing that they were really good, yeah, it kind of,
And I feel bad for those people.
yeah,
you know?
because it's very disencouraging.
Yeah. And then they kind of fall apart later, which sucks. And I think a lot of people struggle with like, should I go to college and stuff like
yeah,
that?
yeah,
And I'm just kind of like, do what you want.
exactly.
I mean, I'm going to college because like I want an education, but also because I know that I can meet people and like get
Yeah,
some
yeah.
opportunities. Like, I know from my mom and my other parents, they're like, you should go to college because you get really good opportunities. And I agree with that. And I'm not like I don't agree with the stigma of you should always go to college.
Yeah, no, college is definitely not for everybody. There's a lot of other careers and other things you can do.
We have a
without
friend who
college
wants
career.
to do an internship, or apprenticeship.
Yeah, he wants to, or I don't know if he still wants to, but he was considering being an electrician. And like,
Right? Yeah.
that's very.
And you can make bank in electrician.
especially around here.
Yeah.
like there's 2-3 electricians or something in the area.
Yeah. So like, if you're just the third electrician, like, you're gonna make bank
because people
they're
are always
going to
need electricians.
Yeah.
It's like
same with like plumbing and
plumber, like the trade skills. They're very valuable.
Yeah, but the problem is how there's not a ton anymore because there's such a big stigma.
And there's a big push for like computer science majors and stuff, but that's what everybody's doing. So it's
Yeah.
hard to like excel in that area.
I'm gonna also be doing, but
Rip.
I'm gonna get a minor in music to differentiate myself. I'll probably also have to get like a master's degree in something, or
a
else,
master's.
or like a PhD, not a PhD. The next level.
It's bachelor's, master's, and then a doctorate.
I'll probably have to get a master's because especially in a field like computer science, if you don't get like a higher degree, you won't get.
You don't really stand out.
Like a lot of people are like, yeah, you'll get a job,
It's not
but
guaranteed
like
though.
not really. I will say that the Apple opportunity is interesting. You heard about that, right? With all
a
the AI
little
stuff.
bit, not too much.
Yeah, so Apple is coming to Raleigh, and they're gonna be like 1,500 jobs or something like that. They're all gonna be paid really well. But the reason it's not like a sure thing that everybody's gonna get the job is because it's specifically in AI department, which is interesting. And I don't know if I'll enjoy it in college, but just from the outside, AI is really cool.
Oh yeah, and everything seems to be like moving towards further AI development, so we can have just better automated systems.
Yeah, which is really fascinating.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't know if I'll enjoy like making it, but just from outside, like that's really cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I'm also going to be getting like, I think, a minor in music to like differentiate myself even more, because I still want to keep music in my life, and even if it's not like minor specifically, like doing
Career,
music
just like-
stuff is like kind of my thing.
Music
I
is
guess.
good, man.
I mean, like, yeah, we're gonna be releasing more music and stuff, like getting myself out there, and my brother, just doing stuff. Eventually, we gotta
Oh yeah,
do
totally.
some stuff. I mean, now that we're like,
Yeah, we can actually start doing
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
which we already have some ideas,
we do.
which will be cool. I think we'll probably just post it on the Kind of Wack channel.
Honestly, that works.
Yeah, well, we might as well.
Might as well.
Whatever. Would you people who are watching on the YouTube side enjoy that? Post in the comments
Down below.
if you've already gotten to 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
Which Oh man.
Oh man. Oh boy. Oh gee. Oh golly williker.
After we hit like 30-minute mark, my voice always starts to.
Yeah, I notice. I don't understand personally.
Me?
No, I don't understand. Yeah, well, I guess yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I talk a lot, and then it's just like, oh, I'm good. Although I'm dehydrated a lot, so that's probably.
That's not good. I just think my voice is more sensitive. I've been trying to figure that out for a while, cause like, really, I've only like been paying attention to it for the past like year or so, and it is like a thing. I know this is super random, but like, recently I've realized that I think that like my voice is just more sensitive
That's
than
fair.
I think a lot of other people's are. And that could just be because of like I pushed it at a younger age. And so now it's like, oh, you need more water. You need to take more care of it. And that could be, I honestly don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's like a specialist who can like tell me, oh,
I don't know about specialists, but
Your
there's definitely
voice.
people that do that. Because, yeah, I mean, I know that I'm pretty sure I've completely messed up my vocal cords because I've been like doing stuff since I was, as far as I can remember, in terms of like.
and you're like hecka dehydrated.
It's irrelevant. But yeah, like I have
Water
like,
lubes you up.
I hate that. I basically have no upper register. I just like, I don't go up high. It just doesn't happen.
That's fair. I mean, I don't. I mean, I have more of a high register, which you can kind of tell because my voice is like high, kind of. Especially like my laugh. My laugh is very high.
Well, not like that.
Wow, that was an interesting thing. But yeah, your voice is definitely lower than mine. I don't know if that does necessarily translate to singing, but
Well, because I know that if you damage your vocal cords, it does drop the it makes your voice lower.
yeah. I wonder if all those like low basses are like, yeah, I'm super low, but I also damaged my vocal cord.
my voice.
Oh my gosh, people who can hit like a low, like
Like a true, yeah. That's
are like insane. Like I'm so
God.
impressed. My lowest note is a G, which if you know anything about basses, that's not low at all. I'm very much like a high baritone. Maybe middle baritone. Cuz I can hit some high notes.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of my range is kind of in the middle. But I mean, I'm slowly working on it. But it's just like you have to really like sometimes you have to push it, and I think that I might struggle with that. A lot of it, I'm learning a lot of like technique things to like help with that. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "What are these people talking about?" There's like a lot of techniques that you have to do to like not be tight and like, because if you're super tight,
Yeah, because you really have to warming up your vocal cords is actually really important. Because I mean, it's like any other muscle, is
yeah.
what I've heard over
I mean,
and
I
over and over
guess,
again.
but like most of the time, although wasn't there like a stigma against stretching for a while?
Yeah, there really was. But I think it was cold stretching, not warm stretching.
Right. Yeah, that's right. It's like it's the kind of like where you're like doing this kind of stuff instead of like
Yeah, yeah.
they have no idea what I'm talking about. But you know when you like the stereotypical like pulling your muscles back and like stretching them versus there's one exercise where it's like if you like spin your arms in like a circle.
And then you slowly widen it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a very good stretch apparently.
Dynamic stretches where you're, because the main thing is that when your muscles are cold, they're tighter and they don't really stretch as easily. So you could potentially rip, pull, or tear something. So you need to warm up your muscles while you're stretching them out. Yeah.
I mean, I don't work out that often, so like I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm trying. Like now that, excuse me,
Oh, God.
now that I have this new Apple Watch, like I'm more
Active.
I guess. Yeah.
Subtle flex, but okay.
Although it's funny. Yes, you're 6. Ha. It's funny because when I play guitar, because I wear it on my right arm.
Oh man, he's running.
It
He's
counts
going.
it really does sometimes kind of like I'll be like it'll be the end of the day and I'll be like about to do some like cardio exercises, just like push-ups, jumping jacks, squats, stuff like that, just to like get my heart moving for about 10 minutes. I'll look at my watch. I'll already have like 10 minutes of exercise, and I'm like, where did this come? Oh, I had a lesson earlier today. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say it's super exercise intensive, but I mean, sometimes you work hard.
I mean, I'll feel it if I'm like doing a lot of like really fast stuff. You feel it a little bit in like the wrist and here.
Yeah,
but
that's not.
It's not an exercise.
Well, I mean, when you're doing a show though, like that's your
different.
entire body going.
Yeah.
And the adrenaline surgeon. I will say that I can't wait to get back to that specifically.
The live stuff, yeah.
Live, going to see concerts as well as being in them.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I really miss that. In the organization I had my band in used to do like quarterly shows. Maybe it was biannually or some, what is it called when it's twice a year?
Biannually?
I guess.
I don't know.
I just feel like that's every 2 years. I don't know.
Oh no, I remember we had a conversation like this, and it's literally the same word for By any
Is
means
it
both.
okay?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't even know. That could have been in the podcast. Honestly, I don't
think it is.
remember.
I
Honestly, I
hope
do not remember. I don't remember most of the things we talk about on here. My mom was like, "What did you talk about earlier?" And I'm like,
I don't know.
"No idea." Stream of consciousness, guys.
It really is.
If you enjoy this, you're probably very similar to us, where it's like, "Oh yeah, I just like to hear people talk about random things." What was I talking about? Oh yeah, concerts. That shows. I get sidetracked. I wonder if I have ADHD. Yeah, so concerts. We used to do them. I think every like twice a year, maybe 4 times a year, something like that. And I miss that because it's like it's super fun to put yourself out there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I've talked about this before. I think I probably have. Who knows? But I'm the type of person where I would rather do an hour-long concert than a 15-minute presentation. Not kidding. Hands down, would rather be singing and playing guitar in front of a crowd than talking about random topic that I barely know, but I only know because of this presentation for 15 minutes. I don't know why. It's just that I have more fun with that. Maybe not an hour. Maybe more like 30 minutes. I don't know if I've ever had an hour-long concert. I don't even know if I have that much material, probably, but yeah, like it's just...
That's an ordeal. Yeah, it's like, because with a presentation, if it's not something you're familiar with, you can feel kind of like you're lost. So you stutter, you grasp at straws for your next sentence. But when it's something you understand, or at least you know where you need to go with it, you can be fluid. So with a concert or like a show, really, you know what you need to do. It's very straightforward. You don't even really need to think about it because half of it's muscle memory.
Right.
So you just get up there, you do your thing, and you're done.
Right. I feel it's also more fun.
Oh yeah, I mean,
because
it's music.
If you're playing good and they feel the energy, like you shared this energy that's just wonderful.
Yeah. You can tell when people enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah. And I've gone to quite a few shows in my day. My day. What the heck?
You're only 18.
In my life is what I meant to say. Poetry. Rhymed. I'm not good at poetry. Which is ironic because I'm a musician and we had to write words.
It's different.
I guess.
Because the rhyme schemes are usually a bit different and the tone changes.
A-B or
huh?
What do you mean? Like that's rhyme scheme.
I mean, yeah, that is rhyme. That is a rhyme scheme. I just meant like the way
you could take almost any poem and turn it into a song.
I mean, probably, yeah.
Except for epics.
If
you turn that into a song, it would be an entire play.
I don't think epics are poems though. They're epics. They're their own.
No, they're called epic. Epics are poems.
Yeah, I know
like
that. It's
epic.
just that they're
super long.
They're very different.
But that's what they're called. They're technically poems.
I know that, but I don't feel like they operate in the same sense that a regular poem does, or at least traditional poems.
Yeah, but like that's not what we're saying here.
But I forget my point. So
all right,
deal with it.
Anyway, I just think that like you could turn any poem into a song.
I mean, probably. It's just that when you're often writing, I shouldn't say like ambiguously. When I'm writing a song, I know that I'm thinking about it very differently from when I'm writing a poem because we've had to write poems for
Bro, I'm not a
classes and
fan
stuff.
of writing poems.
I hate writing poems, but I love writing songs because it's very... When you're writing a poem, a lot of the times there's a point or an objective. But when you're writing a song, it's just like...
Do you not have a point or objective?
No, but it's a lot more personal and it's a lot more just like...
Yeah. But you have to make it broad enough.
I mean, yeah.
Or else people are going to be like, wow, this is very specific. Obviously, something happened.
I mean, yeah.
Which, I mean, you could say that to almost any song. But, like, most of the time when I'm listening to a song, I'm not like, wow, something really must have happened to this person.
Yeah, you want to have you want to have the ability to relate to a song when you make it.
You want other people to relate.
That's what I meant. No.
Yeah, that's fair. Deja vu. The trigger. Oh, that's so funny. That was like the first song he wrote, but I don't know if they heard me. Deja Vu.
Papa was technically the first song.
Yeah, but like by yourself.
The Message.
The Message. I forgot about that. But Deja Vu was so funny because it was so emo. It was, or not emo, but it was so like, I am a depressed teenage boy and I'm going to show it.
That's emo. Yeah. Yep.
It's just so funny because that's what it was. It was literally, I'm going to spill my depressive guts because you had just ended your relationship.
That was, dude, I read, because I wrote it down and I found the page and I read it again. I'm like, ooh, that was, good writing? No.
It's so funny to me to hear it. I mean, it was not a bad song.
It wasn't great.
Like I mean lyrics aside, it was not a bad song musically. Lyrics wise, it was for sure.
I mean, I've heard worse, but I've definitely heard better.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, I think my songs were better, but you know,
it's up to personal opinion.
Oh man, dude, I'm hurt that you don't think that.
What is?
Since Deja Vu is such a not great song.
Oh no, Deja Vu's garbage. Yeah, no.
I feel like we've both grown as musicians from even 2 years ago.
I feel like even over the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
well, being stuck in our homes has really made us like do stuff.
Because I mean, I don't know about you, but I play the piano for at least like 2-3 hours every day.
No, I don't.
You don't practice that much?
No, I don't practice every day. Oh. Not even close. I'm not motivated to practice that much because I don't know. I have other things to do. Like watch Netflix.
Oh, well, that's... You see, I play the piano. I play music when I don't know what to do. It's the thing that I do until I find what I'm going to do.
Sure.
And then by the time I'm doing it, just to pass the time, I'm like, oh, I should do that. And then, oh, I can do this. And then you just keep going.
Okay. I do that. Yeah. I definitely, if I'm like super bored and have nothing to do, pick up the guitar. But most of the time when I'm playing guitar, it's a moment of premeditation. Like I will be doing something else and I'll be like, you know what? I want to play the guitar because I want to learn this song, or I want to work on this song. I want to write these lyrics. I want to figure out the rest of this song. Like, for example, when I was working on my most recent song, that pattern that I played 2 chords and was like, I like these chords together. Or I guess I was just like messing around and I was like, I want a song with B7 in it. That's literally what I said. I was like, you know what? I don't hear B7 that often. I had just listened to Just the Two of Us.
Just the two of us.
Right. Yeah. And it has a B7 in it if you capo. And I was like, oh man, I don't hear B7 enough. I love that chord. And I was like, I'm going to write a song
with B7
in it. And kind of a banger though.
Like, it's pretty good, yeah.
I just, like, that's just how my brain kind of works. It's just kind of like, and then like I slowly built off of that. And I was like, I also do this thing where I'll just like, and I mean, I don't ever know what the chords are, but I'll just like, you'll just mess around
until something sounds good.
Make a chord and be like, yo,
that's good.
That's sick. Let me write that down. Oh, yeah. Like, or record it.
Oh, never try Chord Finder on those because you'll get with some messed up, crazy chords.
Well, the chord that I'm playing in that song was basically just me being like, okay, I also like C major 7, which is a C shape, but without the first finger.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I kind of, I think I accidentally moved my finger down one in third capo and was like, and it was like,
yo,
that's a good chord. And it's like it's something long, like E flat 7 diminished not. That's
It's-
not even
yeah.
close. I don't know what it is, but
It's
something
weird.
weird. It's like it has like things that don't work together. They sound really good on a guitar. They sound good on piano sometimes.
It depends. It really depends.
I gotta show you later what I've done with
Okay.
it, but as in like after we're done with
Yeah,
this.
I mean, I figured.
But what I've done is my brother recorded the piano,
Mhm.
and we arpeggiated it, so it sounds
Interesting.
really good.
Okay. Yeah.
Because instead of playing all the chords on top of each other or all the notes on top of each other, we instead like arpeggiated it so you hear each individual note, and it sounds really good like that.
That really helps when a chord blocked doesn't sound great, because there's a lot of chords that work on guitar that don't work on piano, but when you arpeggiate it out or you just play around with the voicing in terms of where you put it where,
Yeah,
it worked great.
sounds really good. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that like songwriting process is different for everybody.
Oh yeah,
But for
yeah.
me, it's long and drawn out, and that's not on purpose. It's just kind of like I get hit with something, and I'm like, this will work. There are times in which it's a shorter time span, for sure. The song that I just wrote, just because it's the most recent example, it wasn't as long as some of my other projects because I just kept going.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it just kept coming to me, and like lyrics, and like I got others, like people's perspective and stuff like that. Like especially my teachers, like I was asking them like, what do you think of my lyrics? What do you think of this progression? The thing that took the longest is the bridge part, but that really, I just played a progression. I was like, that's it. And really, it was just a rearranging of the chords. And sometimes that just works.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You add a new chord, but it's like the same progression. Like literally, I took the old progression and put the last chord in the first chord, and it changed everything, and it sounds great.
Yeah, it's just the little things that often make a big difference.
So yeah, I think it's interesting. I don't know. Have you written any songs recently?
The one I sent you the other day.
Yeah.
That one, I mean, a lot of the songs I've been working on recently aren't like songs with lyrics. It's
Yeah.
stuff on the piano because I've been trying to write like soundtrack stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the one that I've been writing on that actually is a singing ting, and
A
it's
singing team.
it's pretty dark.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I only know the lyrics. I don't know what it sounds like, but
It's two
it's
chords,
very dark.
but I change up how it works so it's not too monotonous.
Sure.
Strumming pattern and then arpeggiating and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Are you gonna? Is it all? It's the whole thing is two chords.
Mhm.
Like even the like A part to B part.
yeah.
You should have a C part that's in a completely different key,
Oh hell no.
and then bring it back
oh,
for
that's-
another B part. Dude, I love when songs do that though.
But C parts. Well, you see, but the
Add,
thing
like,
is,
C part or bridge.
Yeah.
It's like the same.
I'd have to write more lyrics.
That's true, but like it would be so interesting if you just completely different.
Yeah, because it is just two chords. If I added something that is very different, that's
And it might
startling.
not work. It might not
Yeah,
work.
it depends.
But if you record it and it sounds good,
And it's like,
then it's
Hey.
like, hey.
hey,
I mean, I love it when things are unexpected in songs.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I want a song to
give
be
you it's
to
just-
be like, here we're gonna have this A part and you're gonna get comfortable with it, but next verse it's gonna be completely different, same chords. I love that. Good example of that. We're not wrapping up yet, but I'm gonna do a song suggestion. I don't know. Maybe we'll just put song suggestions at the end or something. I've stopped doing the musical thing because it just adds
doesn't
another
work. It doesn't
hour
work.
of our. Yeah, we were like, yeah, we're gonna stock up on these, and then it never happened.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, song. Just first thing talking about that specifically. What I was talking about, Dip Bap. Not kidding. That's the name. DIB / not slash. dash
Dip bap.
DIP/DAP by the Oral Cigarettes.
So it's dip dap?
BAP, I guess.
So dip bap.
Yeah.
Dip bap.
I think that, it's so good. And I'll tell you why. If you don't want to hear it, you can kind of leave, I guess. Or if you don't want to hear this, you can skip ahead. I guess I'll put it on screen when to skip to. Oh, such more work for
Lazy
me.
Davis.
I mean, I don't really have to cut anything out this episode, so that's just like the one thing. Anyway.
Dip bap.
What was I saying? Dip bap. Yeah.
Dip bap.
This shows my brain. It's so good because the verse parts are all completely different, but they're the same chords. It's so good. I'll show you after this.
Okay.
It's so good. The chorus stays the same. Exact same, but you get hit with there's actually, I think there's like an intro part, which is like how they transition between verses and choruses. So that's the A part. Then it goes into a B part, which is the verse. And it's like, all right, getting the feel of it. You go into the C part, the chorus, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a bop. Then it goes back to the A part, and then it hits the B part again. It's like, oh, that's not the same that I was feeling before. And then it goes back to the C part, and you're like, this song, if you listen to it with headphones,
The pen.
it's just a thing. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just you're hit with so many. Oh man, it's so hard to explain. But without getting too far into it, because I'll show you.
Okay.
And I don't want to spoil it. It's an experience.
Okay.
I love that song. And it's a song that ever since I heard it and like understood it, I've been recommending it to people who are like, I want to get into a new type of music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a lot of people are going to be like, but it has Japanese in it.
And
I'm going to be like, yeah, but give it a chance. And like, if you like rock music, give it a chance and try it. So Dip Bap by the Oral Cigarettes.
Dip bap. Endorsed.
You got anything that you want to
I mean,
say?
I just rediscovered the neon trees today, and
The
damn,
Neon Trees? Never heard of them.
I don't think they're too old, but freaking Animal by the Neon Trees. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's very much like you listen to it and you're just like, okay, you just feel happy and you're like, it feels like a main character song. Like you just feel like a main character when you listen to it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's hard to describe. The lyrics are a bit weird, but it's really good and it's a bop. It's a bop.
I mean, I believe you.
I'm gonna show you.
Is Neon Tree a song or a?
They're a band, and then it's Animal by the Neon Trees.
Oh, okay. So not Animal by Maroon 5.
No, God, no.
Does everybody remember that was thing? Oh my gosh! Remember when it was like people were complaining because it was like, I mean, the message in that.
That was not a good message, and it was not a great song.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, this song is so good." There were two halves of it. There were people who were like, "That song is so good," and then there was the other side of like, either that song is not good, or are you hearing what these lyrics are?
Are you hearing what I'm saying?
Like, there's something wrong with this.
It doesn't sound great.
I don't know. I think we can probably end it here, I guess.
Yeah.
We have 53 minutes. That might be a little short. Might be like exactly 50 minutes or something like that. I don't remember how much we had at the beginning.
We had like, most of it. It's like,
Yeah. Okay. Well, the only thing I'm gonna have to do is find thumbnails and put the timestamps. So. Oh man, hope you liked our rambling.
Oh,
we haven't done this in a while, so we're good. We're good at this. Trust me. It's good being in the same room as each other.
Yeah, it's
like,
different.
We can actually like touch each other. Oh gosh, that's weird. Is that what happens when your girlfriend tries to touch you? You just like, ha!
Honestly, if I'm not looking and I don't see, I do jump.
Well, that's just because of that other girl that we knew.
That's fair.
Who like jumped you every time she saw you.
Yeah.
I didn't really know her, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, bye!
Bye-bye.
Come back next week where we'll talk about something.
Yeah, who knows?
Is prom this week?
Next week.
Next week. So maybe. No,
No.
because it'll be on Saturday.
Yeah.
And by that point. Okay, well, we don't know what we're talking about, but the week
Nah.
after that. Yeah. We know we're good at this. Okay, bye.
Bye now.